If the Chiefs want another Super Bowl, they're going to need big performances. Here are the 5 players who can be heroes in the grand final. Subscribe and comment on which player you think will be decisive in the Super Bowl. Top 5 decisive players. Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, the leader, statistical genius, and king of decisions in the big games. American football. Patrick Mahomes isn't just a quarterback, he's one of the NFL's greatest leaders and playmakers. Since taking over as the Kansas City Chiefs starter in 2018, Mahomes has revolutionized the position, taking the team's game to another level and cementing his name among the greatest players of all time. Leadership on and off the field. Mahomes has an inspiring and authentic leadership style. He not only commands his plays perfectly, but also raises the morale of the team at the most critical moments. When all seems lost, his confidence and serene posture infect teammates and even the fans. His speeches backstage and during timeouts prove that he is a born leader, ready to unite everyone around a common goal: to win. Travis Kelce and Andy Reid frequently highlight his ability to lead by example with hard work and passion. Impressive stats. Bar chart. The numbers speak for themselves. Regular season MVP, 2018, and Super Bowl MVP, 2020, 2023. In just 6 years as a starter, Mahomes has thrown for over 28,000 yards and accumulated over 230 touchdown passes. Win rate. With over a 75% winning percentage in games as a starter, Mahomes is virtually guaranteed to win. In the playoffs, he raises his performance even more, averaging 300 yards per game and a very high rating. His accuracy, agility, and on-field intelligence make him an elite quarterback, able to throw passes outside of conventional mechanics and create improbable plays under pressure. Decision-making ability in big games. One of Mahomes' biggest differentiators is his decision-making ability at crucial moments. Whether it's the AFC Finals or the Super Bowl, he proves time and time again that he doesn't feel the pressure, but uses it as fuel. A good example of this was Super Bowl 54 against the San Francisco 49ers. Trailing by 10 points in the final quarter, Mahomes led a historic turnaround, throwing accurate passes and making impeccable reading of the opposing defense. In addition, his ability to get out of the pocket and improvise plays while maintaining the view of the field is unique. He knows when to run, throw fast, or wait for the perfect moment, which shows far above average intelligence and experience. No one forgets his performance in Super Bowl 57 against the Eagles. Even with an ankle injury, Mahomes decided the game with courage and surgical precision. The greatest of his generation? At just 28 years old, Patrick Mahomes has already changed the narrative of the NFL. His combination of talent, leadership, and coolness in the decisive moments put him on a shelf above, being often compared to legends such as Tom Brady and Joe Montana. The future is bright, and Mahomes has already made it clear he wants more titles, more records, and to further consolidate his history as one of the greatest of all time. Chiefs' kingdom is in good hands. Travis Kelce, the lethal partnership with Mahomes and his dominance in the playoffs. American football. Travis Kelce, the Kansas City Chiefs star tight end, isn't just a reliable target, he's one of the NFL's greatest players at his position. His partnership with Patrick Mahomes formed a lethal duo, breaking records, dominating defenses, and being decisive, especially in the playoffs, where ordinary players are separated from legends. The Mahomes and Kelce partnership. Since Mahomes took over as the starting quarterback, Kelce has become his right-hand man and the main escape valve on crucial plays. This connection between the two is a real nightmare for opposing defenses, combining the intelligence of Mahomes with the accuracy of routes and the safe hands of Kelce. Unusual synergy. Mahomes and Kelce seem to understand each other with a simple glance. When the play breaks, Kelce always finds a free space on the field, and Mahomes delivers the ball perfectly. In the playoffs, this connection becomes even more lethal, with Kelce taking on the role of clutch player at decisive moments. A proof of this was the performance in Super Bowl 57, when Kelce scored an essential touchdown against the Eagles, helping to turn the game around and secure another title for the Chiefs' kingdom. Recent numbers and records by Travis Kelce. Barchart. Kelce is writing his name as the best tight end of all time in terms of production and impact on the field. Check out some of his most recent accomplishments: over 10,000 career receiving yards, making him the fastest tight end in history to reach that mark. 7 consecutive seasons with more than 1,000 receiving yards, an absolute record in the NFL among tight ends. Playoffs. Kelce ranks second in NFL history in postseason receptions, behind only the legendary Jerry Rice, with 152 receptions and counting. In the 2023 season, he totaled more than 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns, even with the strong marking he receives in every game. Playoff record, more than 1,800 yards and 18 touchdowns, impressive numbers for a tight end, cementing his importance in the decisive game. Playoff impact, The man of the big games trophy Travis Kelce is a playoff monster. When the pressure increases and the game is at risk, he raises the level of his performance. In the AFC Finals and Super Bowls, Kelce always appears as a decisive player, moving the chains and giving tranquility to the Chiefs' attack. An unforgettable example was against the Buffalo Bills in the 2022 playoffs. With 13 seconds left on the clock, Mahomes found Kelce, who advanced on a perfect route to position the team for the tying field goal. The Chiefs won in overtime, and Kelce was largely responsible. In critical games, no one escapes Kelce. His physical dominance, accuracy on routes and tactical intelligence make him an unstoppable weapon, even under double marking. Conclusion: Travis Kelce is not only one of the top players in the NFL, but a central figure in the Chiefs dynasty. His partnership with Mahomes redefines the team's offense and creates memorable plays at the most important moments. His numbers and records speak for themselves. He is the most dominant tight end of his generation, and in the playoffs, he is the player who decides the game. The Chiefs know, if the ball is in Kelce in the decisive moments, the result is touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, the Chiefs' relentless engine. Isaiah Pacheco, the explosive running back for the Kansas City Chiefs, has been establishing himself as a secret weapon on offense. With his aggressive style of play, he combines speed, strength, and a relentless determination to punish opposing defenses. And most importantly, when defenses are tired, Pacheco enters the field to unbalance. Aggressive runs against tired defenses. Person running male sign dashing away. Throughout the game, Pacheco becomes even more dangerous. His physical and intense style wears down defensive lines and requires more and more effort to contain him. At crucial moments, such as in the third and fourth quarters, he succeeds, pull off big gains in yards, exploiting open spaces left by exhausted defenses. Force opponents to double attention in the ground game, opening the field for the air plays of Patrick Mahomes. In addition, with his balance and power, Pacheco is an essential outlet for the Chiefs' offense. When Mahomes is pressed, Pacheco's running game offers a consistent and intelligent response. He can be the escape valve of the attack. Numbers that impress Barchard last season: Isaiah Pacheco demonstrated regularity and efficiency, making his impact on the team clear. Over 800 rushing yards in regular season games, averaging over 4.5 yards per attempt. 7 important touchdowns, most of them in decisive moments. A major highlight in the 2023 playoffs when Pacheco racked up 197 yards in 3 games, helping the Chiefs keep long drives and control the clock. Physicality and determination, the soul of the ground game collision. What sets Isaiah Pacheco apart is his aggressive style. While many runners seek only to gain territory with safe plays, Pacheco attacks defenses with force. He breaks tackles, gains extra yards, and doesn't stop until the whistle blows. Against defenses that are already worn down, Pacheco becomes unstoppable, advancing like a tractor and taking advantage of the spaces that arise between blockers. Conclusion: American football. Isaiah Pacheco may not have the media brilliance of some running backs, but on the field he speaks loudly with his fierce and aggressive runs. When the defense is tired and Mahomes needs a response, Pacheco steps in to carry the offense on his shoulders and secure crucial drives. He is the perfect balance for the Chiefs' offensive system and, in big games, can be the outlet that decides the outcome. Chris Jones, the pillar of the Chiefs' defense. Chris Jones, the Kansas City Chiefs' star defensive tackle, is the real backbone of the defense. With his unique combination of brute strength, agility, and a keen instinct, he is the kind of player who changes the fate of entire games. Jones is not just a disruptor, but a leader who consistently puts the Chiefs in a position to dominate opponents defensively. Expert on sacks and pressure on opposing QB fire, Chris Jones is a nightmare for quarterbacks and offensive lines, performing as one of the most effective pass rushers in the NFL, even playing inside the defensive line. In 2023, he amassed an impressive 15.5 sacks, cementing his position among the best in the league. In addition to sacks, he records constant pressure on the opposing quarterback, destabilizing the offensive rhythm of his opponents. At the moment when it matters most, the playoffs, Jones raises the bar even higher. In the 2022 AFC Finals, for example, he tallied 2 crucial sacks against the Cincinnati Bengals, demonstrating his ability to appear in big games. Whether in the pocket collapsing the QB, or against the ground game, Jones exerts a massive influence that forces tactical adjustments from opposing teams. Dominance against strong offensive lines. High-voltage tackling elite offensive lines is no problem for Chris Jones. In fact, it is in these challenges that he usually excels. Against one of the best OLs in the NFL in 2023, the San Francisco 49ers, Jones totaled 4 tackles and 2 sacks, stopping drives and keeping the opposing offense out of rhythm. Against the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 57, he was vital in containing the ground game and putting pressure on Jalen Hurts, even against one of the league's most dominant OLs. Its impact is not measured only in statistics, but in the fear and respect it imposes. Offensive lines are forced to double-check or redirect blocks, which makes room for other Chiefs pass rushers to shine. The true heart of defense fire Chris Jones is more than just numbers and outstanding plays. He is an emotional and strategic leader on defense, with the ability to inspire his teammates and change the mood of a game with a decisive play. His versatility allows him to line up both inside and on the edge, confusing attacks and making planning difficult. Conclusion trophy. When we talk about Chris Jones, we talk about a dominant player in all aspects of the defensive game. He not only does his part, he improves everyone around him. His ability to get sacks at crucial times and his consistency against any offensive line put the Chiefs ahead, game after game. If Patrick Mahomes is the face of the offense, Chris Jones is undoubtedly the beating heart of the defense. L'Jarius Sneed, the keeper of the Chiefs' secondary when it comes to defense against the passing game, L'Jarius Sneed stands out as the Kansas City Chiefs' most reliable and dominant cornerback. With his exceptional reading ability, impressive agility, and aggressive physique, Sneed plays a crucial role in neutralizing key opposing receivers, especially at decisive moments. Flawless coverage at critical moments. Direct hit. L'Jarius Sneed is a man-to-man marking expert and a master of anticipating plays. His performance in third downs and red zone situations is key to thwarting opponents' offensive plans. In the 2023 regular season, Sneed led the team in deflected passes and was one of the most efficient shutdown corners in coverage situations. Against elite receivers, he often erases stars from the game. In the 2022 AFC Championship game, Sneed limited Ja'Marr Chase, one of the Bengals' biggest threats, by forcing uncommitted fouls and incomplete passes. His presence is vital in the playoffs as he raises his level of play when the pressure mounts, taking away the confidence of opposing quarterbacks and challenging his marking. The secret to containing explosive attacks. Sneed possesses the rare combination of speed, physical strength, and tactical intelligence to contain agile and explosive receivers. Against teams that live on big plays, like the Dolphins and Bengals, he is the player who gives the Chiefs' defense peace of mind. Sneed is the key to containing explosive offense in the playoffs. When he locks down the one receiver, the Chiefs' defensive scheme can focus on putting pressure on the QB and neutralizing other weapons. This creates balance between Chris Jones' defensive line and the secondary, ensuring a more solid defensive game. Physical strength and agility against any type of receiver fire. Sneed isn't intimidated by bigger receivers or complicated routes to faster targets. Whether it's against players like Tyreek Hill, with his speed, or against giants like A.J. Brown, he uses his refined technique and strength to compete on every contested pass. Its ability to reading the QB's eyes, attack routes and disrupting difficult receptions makes him a real asset in the Chiefs' defense. In addition, Sneed is not afraid to put his helmet against the ground game, helping out on important tackles near the line of scrimmage. Conclusion. American football. L'Jarius Sneed isn't just a cornerback, he's a strategist in the secondary. His ability to stop opposing receivers, especially at critical times like third downs and playoffs, makes him the key piece the Chiefs need to contain explosive offense. With Sneed in charge of coverage, the Chiefs have the security they need to compete and win in big games. With Sneed holding the best opposing receiver, the Chiefs' offense has time and space to shine even brighter. Key. Was anyone missing from that list? Which player will be the Chiefs' Super Bowl hero? Like, comment and share for more Chiefs fans to follow along with this list.